Meaning of history. History is one of the greatest branches of human knowledge. The term history has been derived from the Greek word historia, which means enquiry or investigation. The Greek were the first to evolve the art of writing history as a scientific discipline. Herodotus, a Greek historian, is believed to have initiated the writing of history, and hence he has been regarded as the father of history. Definitions. Generally, history is understood as a record of past event. There is no universal accepted definition of history. It has been defined differently by different scholars, from Herodotus to Will Durant, an American historian. Various historians have defined history in different angles. Herodotus was a Greek historian who lived in the 5th century BCE. His famous book called The History of Persian was famous. And he says history is a record of great heroes and unique events to be remembered by the future generations. Saint Augustine. Saint Augustine was a Christian saint and a profound thinker. He was the greatest among the church historiographers of the medieval period. His work, The City of God, is considered as one of the greatest work in the world. According to Augustine, history is the story of the struggle between God and Satan, which would ultimately end in the victory of God, which means good over Satan, that is evil. Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a German philosopher, economist, sociologist, historian, journalist, and revolutionary socialist. He wrote two great works, Das Kapital and Communist Manifesto, and he says that history is a story of the struggle between the haves and have nots. J.B. Bury. J.B. Bury was an Irish historian and a scholar. He worked as a professor of modern history at Cambridge University. According to him, history is the oldest art and the youngest aspirant to become a science. Arnold Toynbee. Arnold Toynbee was a British historian. He wrote a number of works on religion and history. His great work, A Study of History, is in 12 volumes. He says that history is the story of the rise and falls of civilization. Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, was very much interested in the study of history. His well known works are Discovery of India and The Glimpses of World History. According to Nehru, history is a story of man from barbarism to civilization. History presents an ocean of experience of different people. Hence, the study of history has been useful to man in many ways. The study of history gives us information about the biographies of great men and a record of major events of the world, like World War II. It provides us an insight into the process of struggle of mankind and his interaction with environment, his rise and fall. The religious tolerance between different sects is must to have peace and understanding in the society. Peace leads to prosperity in the society. Historians have warned us that religious intolerance always hinders the development of any society. Persons like Jesus, Kabir, Guru Nanak, Sufi saints, Basaveshwara, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa have tried to sow the seeds of love and affection in humanity. In doing so, they propagated the concept of religious harmony in the society. So, the knowledge of history is essential to develop religious tolerance. History is like an ocean of human experience. It records joys and sorrows, great deeds, achievements, contributions, adventures, thoughts, and sacrifices of extraordinary men. Hence, is a source of inspiration. A study of history is one of the important factors in promoting patriotism. A nation's heritage, such as art, music, literature, religion, philosophy, folklore, and so on, forms the basics of nationalism. The knowledge about heritage makes one feel proud. History has practical utility as it supplies historical data to social sciences like economics, sociology, psychology, philosophy, logic, geography, and etc. So, it is the root of all social sciences. In the past, these social sciences were studied as branches of history. Modern age has attained excellence in the physical world, not in the metaphysical world. That means people are losing respect for values or ethics. In this critical juncture, the values propagated by great men of the past need to be adopted by the modern man. History gives the detail about the noble ideals of Ashoka, Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, Kanakadasa, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Mother Teresa, and etc. Studying history helps us to become good citizens by adopting noble ideals. The study of history helps us to get knowledge about the people of different countries and their traditions, customs, culture, and civilization. Thus, it broadened the outlook of mankind. The details recorded in history relating to art, architecture, literature, and religion expands one's horizon of knowledge. The world has already witnessed the misgivings of the two world wars. If another war took place in the future, it would destroy the whole world. History has pointed out that unawareness of the culture and narrow nationalism of the other countries led to such wars. Today, there is a great deal of competition among different countries in processing of nuclear weapons and war equipments. For the development of cordial relations between nations, the study of old history is needed of the hour. History has given details about the importance of the League of Nations and the UNO, and their role is establishing peace all over the world. So, history states that all are equal. There should not be any discrimination based on caste, creed, and religion in the society. It is a competitive world. History is the main core subject for the competitive examinations like IAS, IPS, IFS, KAS, and etc. The historical knowledge is a matter of necessity for students, teachers, lawyers, journalists, administrators, and statesmen. Politicians need historical knowledge in implementing administrative reforms. Thousands of historians are working in the Department of Archaeology Survey of India. under the central and state government. History helps us to remove prejudices, particularly relating to caste, creed, color, class, language, etc. These prejudices did much harm among the people and nations in the past. Extreme nationalism was one of the major causes for the two world wars. These wars killed millions of people and brought untold misery of the people. That's why there should be peace, friendship, and coordination between nations. This is possible only through the study of history.